your first question?
Let us go by. So, are you familiar with the term African American English?
Not really, but if you're talking English and just being African American, yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with the term ebonics?
You know, that's what they do call it. You know, they call it nigga talk.
I've heard of ebonics. Yeah.
Okay.
You know who wrote the book about
What do you think ebonics means?
Ebonics means...
He made ebonics up.
No. Hold on, wait. Ebonics means...
He wrote a whole book on this shit.
English of a certain type. I don't necessarily know what ebonics means, but maybe it's just English of a different culture.
Of a different culture? Okay. Do you think that ebonics or African American English is the same as slang?
It's slang? It's like...
No, I don't necessarily consider slang as African American English. You know, I think that slang might be a certain way that anyone talks that's besides English. When they're trying to communicate with their friends and peers in a different way that they'll understand them because they don't know, you know what I mean, enough English.
I object. And I agree with what he's saying, but no, real talk, it's like this. She's telling something I should not be telling them. But I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Because y'all look like... But... Ebonics, African American English, it's the same as English, but a lot of words are flipped and turned different ways to use for different meanings. Like, you might take a lot of words like stupid. Let's take stupid for you. What would you take stupid meaning?
Not smart?
Not smart.
Yeah, not smart. See, we'll take stupid. Like, look at that dope ass car right there. That shit is stupid. And it turned into a whole nother meaning, just like we took the word nigga and turned it to a term of endearment.
Exactly.
Like what they say, nigga me, N-I-G-G-A. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that we just out here just using shit, just saying shit because we're stupid. No, it's also a whole nother thought process too shit. You know what I'm saying?
There's a negative stigma attached to that?
It is a negative stigma because us as being black people, we already got a negative stigma because we out here, they say most minorities and shit is out here doing most of the dirt. But I mean,
we just trying to
we
make
already
it
know everybody. Everybody does dirt. Ain't no
we
dirt.
just trying to make a quick buck just like anybody else, man. But I mean, hey, you know, because the way economy is, if it ain't because of tattoos on our faces or on our hands or wherever they is, you know, it's because of our color. So we get discriminated for that. You know what I'm saying? We want to make a living too. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, God put us here for everything for a reason. You know, and for everybody, you
just
know,
because we act a certain way doesn't mean that we're gonna, you know what I mean, destroy stuff and, you know what I mean?
Man, we be the first person to be followed into a store.
But us as black people,
or just because we talk a certain way doesn't mean that we're gonna just destroy stuff. You know what I'm saying? We might talk a certain way, but that's like different cultures explaining a different language to you. You know what I mean?
Okay, can I ask you guys another question?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Oakland resolution to teach African American English in schools as a second language?
no, I'm not familiar with that.
To teach African.
It would be using like African American.
I don't think everybody needs to know how to speak.
Well, it's not teaching it as a second language, but using African American English and like as a foundation.
Textbooks.
For like teaching standard English.
There would be textbooks. One of the definitions that people have talked about African American English and ebonics as being different than slang would be a sort of the Creole language that you find down in the South.
That's where I'm from. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Okay, so you kind of like, so would you know the difference between the sentence "she been married" and "she been married"?
Yeah.
What would be the difference?
Well, the difference would be if you said she been married, that means she's married a long time, and she's still with him. And if she says she been married, like the first way you said it, then that means like she's been married once or twice, and then she stopped being married to that person.
Okay, so now because AAE, which is what you're talking about, that Southern kind of Creole language has such specific grammatical structure, they're talking about if children are raised in a household that speaks primarily that brand of English, that it's more effective to teach in that language, and then to teach math or science and all those things, and then to also teach standard English as a second language.
Trying to cross over. You can't go speaking that language everywhere you go.
Well, listen.
Somebody that understands.
Yeah, exactly.
You should teach regular English in school.
Exactly what he's saying, right?
You're gonna learn that from home.
Exactly
They don't
what
teach
he's saying.
slang, and like every language has slang. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Spanish has slang. You know what I'm saying? Like every language has their own form of slang. We just basically call it slang. Like just it's English, but only certain groups of people can understand it. Like they got slang. My slang might be different than another whole set of like African American slang.
Right, my leg.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you shouldn't. I don't think they should teach it in school. I think if you should teach it, but have regular English too. You know what I'm saying? You should just maybe speak that way to a certain student who might need that. You know what I'm saying? Who might not understand the word. Because
So if they were to teach like first, second, third graders in the language that they spoke at home, and then use that to help teach them the standard English that's spoken. For instance, if you were born in a Chinese-speaking household or a Spanish-speaking household, and they used English as a second language immersion programs, they're talking about using ebonics or AAE as sort of an immersion language program to help younger children learn the difference between ebonics and standard English, and then.
okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
So would that change your opinions on whether or not they should teach it in schools?
I think that
You can learn
that the
Right.
slang that's speaking in households as African American English, whatever you want to call it, ebonics, you know what I'm saying? The difference is when we speak at home, yeah, we do talk to each other a certain way, but that's because we have more communication. We understand what we mean better, you know what I'm saying, when we at home. But like when you speaking in schools and different, you know what I'm saying, relationships with different types of people, it's kind of hard because like they want you to speak a certain way, like normal English, they want you to speak and say every word proper, and you have to be on point with every word you say, or else your SAT or your IQ might go down just a little bit for not spelling it the same way or whatever, you know. But we all, I mean, human race, they all understand everything that you say. Like you can say it, even if you speak English to a different speaking, you know what I mean, language, a different type of people who speak a different type of language, they still gonna understand what you mean because of the way your body language, you know what I mean, portrays itself. So, like, if you say, what was it you said again? When they speak something to their home in their own house, you know,
Like a second language, and they're
no, what was it that you said to relate to Creole people?
like the language that you're speaking at home for an ESL
Yeah.
program, an English as a second language program in schools.
No, like when you said she married her, or
She been married.
yeah, when you say that, like when you at home, if my mom asks me, okay, I'm gonna say, my mom asks me, you know this lady, she been married to him, you know what I'm saying? If she said she been married to him, like at home, the way we talk to each other in Louisiana in Creole language, when they say she been married, that means she's been married for a long time, you know, like over a period of time, a lot of years she's been married, instead of like in English, African American English, how they speak, she's been married, you know what I mean, then they would expect you to say she's been married to him or something, or she's been married to him for a long time. And we in Creole language, you know, Louisiana, they just cut their words short, you know what I'm saying? They just say she been married, and that means she's been married to him for a long time, and they've been together for a long time, you know, instead of saying she's been married to him for a long time,
I don't think they should,
you know, it's just cut short. That's it. It's just cut short.
African Americans speak that.
What do you think?
Speak the same.
What do you think should be called?
He ain't African American.
What do we think it should be called? We think it should be called just English.
So if I were to ask you, do all Black Americans speak African American English?
No.
And would it be
Not all of them.
not all?
We just think instead of adding the extra words and accents,
English or ebonics, do you think those are appropriate terms?
I think yeah, ebonics is appropriate term for it.
Ebonics,
Slang, or
yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
We both speak
Okay.
ebonics.
All right. I'm gonna stop this one.